Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us here on this platform. It's a pleasure to have you on board with us.
A very good afternoon. In fact, indeed, the pleasure is mine.
So, what makes Universal Business School stand apart from other management institutions?
I take pride in sharing that Universal Business School is the first green business school in India, which is endorsed by 60 CEOs. And as UBS is built by senior industry professionals, late Shri Gurdeep Singh Anand and Mr. Tarun Anand, who work for global organizations. This reflects our fundamental approach is by the industry for the industry. And just to share with you, our vision is to create innovative, responsible, and ethical leaders using certain unique measures that we strongly believe contributes for the holistic development of our students. Hence, I would like to take a few minutes to explain those important measures. So for delivering a life-changing educational experience, we at UBS follow a very unique learning model known as experiential learning. And it is the brainchild of our chairman, Mr. Tarun Anand. If you would ask me what exactly experiential learning is, then in a nutshell, experiential learning is all about learning by doing approach. It's basically how to make learning more immersive. And aligned with this model, we have created a student-managed enterprise known as Experiential Learning Corporation. And I take pride in sharing that I am one of the board of directors and I'm also the patron of ELC. Well, students in this corporation work as chief marketing officers, they work as chief financial officers, they work as chief executive officers. So this way the students do acquire business acumen and definitely they learn the nuances of business. To integrate experiential learning, you'll be surprised that we have set up a global cross asset trading room. And in this trading lab, the students do get opportunity to analyze the real-time market dynamics since they have access to the live data. And as the name is Universal Business School, so to keep up the promise of a true global business school and to provide global education, a world-class education through global immersion, we have formed various strategic partnerships. And our partners are based in UK, Bulgaria, Italy, France, US. And definitely, I strongly believe that the partnership does provide our students with international experiences. They do gain international exposure. It does provide global pedagogy. And this is how the students at UBS stay relevant to the global economy. The global perspective is provided by our world-class faculty who work for the global organizations in senior leadership position. And we strongly believe that industry-rich experience does facilitate the transition of our students from campus to corporate. And it further bolsters our approach, which I shared in the first part of my interview, that is the approach is by the industry for the industry. At UBS, the focus has always been and will always be on building a good character. And I would say that mentoring definitely facilitates us in this academic endeavor. Mentoring is our dharma, and through mentoring, we definitely help the students acquire employability skills. We do sensitize our students to take leadership positions and contribute towards the sustainability of the ecosystem. Another unique value proposition I would like to highlight is our unique Global CEO series, which is basically year-round engagement with the industry professionals. So we do invite the senior industry leaders to campus and they share their insightful and rich experience with our students. To cut it short, experiential way, I believe is the only way to learn at UBS, and this is how we create innovative, ethical, and responsible global leaders of tomorrow. So for students who are willing to learn in the lap of the nature, those who are willing to get transformed through the experiential way, then definitely UBS is the only place to be in. Because at UBS, there are no limits, only possibilities.
That was an insightful message, sir. So what are your views on the current education scenario and how do you think students can make the most of the changes as we get accustomed to the new normal?
I'm sure you will agree that change is the only constant, and the pandemic has resulted in an abrupt shift in the academic landscape in terms of delivery. In fact, I would say not just that, but also the student engagement was impacted. For instance, the entire lecture delivery got shifted from a traditional classroom setting to live synchronous learning platform. So to address this paradigm shift, the institutes had to actually invest in technology in order to create an equally engaging learning environment. So we did invest a lot in the state-of-the-art technology, and not just that, it also demanded that the teaching body had to be even more creative, more innovative in their academic delivery. For instance, using simulation for experiential learning, mentor-mentee meet, and then definitely the Mentimeter to gauge the sentiments of the class. And there were a lot of other technological areas that were used to actually address this. At UBS, in addition to the Zoom for our delivery system, we invested in robust learning management system known as Colpol. At the same time, not just that, I think it also demanded that the students needed to adapt to the new normal. So that is where, I strongly believe the students were required to develop new capabilities and were required to go through a stiff learning curve, which I'm 100% sure you will agree, it is that very important for them when they grow as a future leader. So all I could say is that, all I recall is that there was a lot of focus on self-learning, and I definitely did witness increased usage of technology. For instance, active participation in discussion forum, and definitely that is what we did through a learning management system, which I did mention, Colpol. Panapto for creating and learning through the concept videos, and in fact there was more scope for flipped classroom, and that is how the student engagement was done. In my view, though I am very futuristic about this part, but I definitely do strongly believe, which I'm sure you would agree to, that digital technology will be one of the key drivers and the disruptors in the education industry. And with globalization and advent of newer technologies, I think the students need to have an open mind in order to learn, and they need to adapt, I think, to survive and thrive in the new normal.
So Professor Vijay, in the capacity of Program Director, what are your goals for the next 5 years?
This is very important for any leader to chart out a plan for the next 5 years, and definitely I have a strategic plan in place. To share in the space of academics, my goals for next 5 years are completely focused on quality, community, and innovation. So some of the key goals on my strategic agenda that I would like to share with you, definitely on the top of the list is securing international accreditations and then contribute for the transformation to university, then form new strategic alliances with the foreign universities, and definitely setting up an incubation center under the ELC umbrella. So just to share with you, one of the key goals on my strategic agenda last year was to get the NBA accreditation, of course through collaborative approach, and I'm proud to say that we could secure NBA accreditation for the PGDM program that I am leading. Now, with that, my eyes are completely focused on, and my eyes are completely on the international accreditations like AACSB, ACQUIS, and AMBA, because we strongly believe, these accreditations will help us to keep our commitment to highest level of quality in terms of teaching and learning experience. Also, somewhere this endeavor will help us focus on continuous innovation, leading to academic excellence in the education sector. Another big goal on my strategic agenda is to contribute to secure international, other than the international accreditation, is to secure the university status with an aim to offer wider spectrum of courses and to emerge as a leader in the field of education. And not just that, in fact, in all the areas we are engaged in. So we intend to be one of the most progressive and one of the most innovative institutions across the country. In fact, I would not shy away from saying across the globe. So though we have partnerships, other than that, we have partnerships with many global institutions of great repute. And through this collaboration, my students do get an opportunity to study at the partner university for a substantial period of time. And not just that, they also get the opportunity to do their internship in international location. And I strongly believe the students gain international exposure, they gain international experience, they definitely experience diversity at such an early stage of their life. But in the capacity of a program director for international programs, I definitely look forward to expand the portfolio. I definitely look forward to offer plethora of international programs. And with that in mind, definitely I'm on the lookout to form more strategic alliances and definitely look out for partner universities in international location. The reason is because we strongly believe, and I'm sure you will agree to this, that the internationalization and global immersion is the key to developing global leaders. Well, in nutshell, in the next 5 years, we intend to be a model university that fosters a culture of collaboration, innovation, excellence, and entrepreneurship, definitely without diluting our focus on quality education and sustainability of the ecosystem.
So, as the director of the program, what are your learnings from the challenges presented by COVID-19 crisis, and how did you manage or lead and contribute to UBS during this pandemic?
Well, I think it's a very important and a very relevant question for any leader. And I would like to address this starting with one of my favorite quotes, and the quote goes like this: "It is in the time of crisis that good leaders emerge." In my opinion, every crisis does present an opportunity for us to explore, learn, and evolve, not just as an individual, but as a team and as a nation. And in the time of crisis, I believe responding to change quickly and inspiring the team to adapt to the new normal to deliver value, I think is the most compelling trait of a leader. From my experiences in the professional sphere, I learned that during any crisis, we as leaders, we should not be plan driven, we should be purpose driven. Not taking tough decisions can really put you in a bigger trouble. And that is where, one has to be very careful. So to deliver quality education in the new reality, we created 2 think tanks. One definitely was responsible for the academic related areas, and the other think tank was more focused on non-academic areas. So the 2 think tanks were responsible for creating scenarios, and not just that, they were also responsible to come up with strategic decisions. And definitely the decisions were more focused in terms of how to mitigate the challenges and the risk presented in those scenarios. So the strategic decisions and the outcomes were shared with our key stakeholders with an intent, with an objective, to let them know there has to be clarity, and communication is, I am sure you will believe, is very important during any crisis. So there was no scope for confusion. As the academic landscape demanded for a paradigm shift, and keeping the quality of education in mind, we made some sensible investments in the state-of-the-art technologies. What I shared with you, we invested in Qualpol, a very robust platform. And in order to lead this change process, town hall meetings were conducted, like in the capacity of director. I did conduct a lot of town hall meetings, not just with the students, but also with the parents. And the purpose, to let you know, of conducting these town hall meetings was to address their concerns. And definitely, this was very well appreciated, not just by the students, but by the parents also. So this crisis did force us to take real tough decisions, certain tough decisions, which were not easily accepted. However, as leaders, we have to keep the big picture in mind. And the idea was to sail through, to navigate this crisis with minimum impact and emerge as a resilient and an agile institute. So we stood by our decisions, actions, and unwavering commitments. Well, to cut it short, all I would say is that with conviction, 100%, is that we only remember the leaders who took big decisions that stayed the course of time. And I'm sure we did.
So, as a director of the program, what did you do for student engagement during this pandemic?
At UBS, our focus has always been on student engagement, and it has been our continuous endeavor to create innovative ways to engage our students through student-centric approach. So personally, if I'm not just the director, but also module leader, so I would not shy away from taking any risk and try to experiment in the class. I think that is very important. The pandemic presented many challenges, and as leaders, as I addressed you in my previous question, we did identify opportunities on those challenges. So to be honest, nothing stopped us as such from giving our best in terms of student engagement in the virtual world. For instance, one such major academic event in terms of student engagement I recall right now is the mini Case Blazer. So the MBA director and I had collaborated and conceptualized this abridged version of Case Blazer, which is actually a 48-hour case marathon, which is basically conducted in campus. And this month-long activity, which was conducted virtually this time, was executed to engage the new intake. And all the students at UBS come with a diverse background. So I would say that UBS is also a melting point of all the states in India. So this diversity and this particular academic event ensured peer-to-peer learning, since they were required to present, correct, to the panel, and there was a lot of peer-to-peer learning that in this time of crisis. Students in this competitive activity, in my view, got the opportunity to gain exposure to various global organizations, their business models, their processes, their systems, their strategies, organizational structures. I think definitely it did help the students, gain exposure to the outside world. Overall, I would say that it did help the students to acquire important managerial and employability skills. And hopefully, I believe that it will somewhere shift the mindset of our students from merely thinking to strategic thinking. And I am sure you will agree that this is what the managers and leaders are paid for, not for thinking, but strategic thinking. Not just that, we were very considerate. So we created and conceptualized something called as a virtual lounge. That was another significant initiative. The idea was to reflect our collaborative and positive learning environment. The virtual lounge was created with an intent to provide the students to network, to relax, to know each other. And definitely, I think the virtual lounge provided an opportunity for the students to showcase their intellect, their talent. There were a lot of performances there. All I would say is that though the academic events and the performances were virtual, but the learnings, the emotions and bondings were real. Frankly speaking, these two initiatives though we had many, but these two initiatives completely broke the quote-unquote barriers that were created by the so-called virtual world.
That was a very insightful message about the college and your views about the future there for the students. Thank you so much for your time here with us on this platform. It was a pleasure hearing about your views.
In fact, I would like to thank you for getting me on this platform. I take it as a privilege, and my message to students in my earlier interview was excitement is good, but patience is the key. And my message to this interview to my students, wherever they are, is remember, your attention is my incentive and your career is my salary.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that beautiful message.
Thank you so much.